Hello there everyone! I'm back with another amazing card, and today we're going to be making a Pokemon themed card. So, I am joined today by Pikachu. He will be my helper. And yeah, let's just get right into making this really cool card. I love Pokemon. So, what we're going to need for materials is we're going to need black paper. We're going to need some red and some white paper, because that's the colors that we're going to use for the pokeball. Although earlier I used white and pink and I made a primer, I don't know how you say it. I'm just going to say primer ball, but I made that one. And basically the red and the white are going to be the colors of the pokeball, and also the strip and the color on the inside. So the colors for the pokeball will depend on what pokeball you're making. If you're making a dive ball, you're going to need blue and white, I think that's what it is. But anyway, yeah, so you're going to need some white and some red for the inside piece, and then the Pokeball. And then for the little stars, I'm going to be using gold paper, although you could use yellow paper if you want to. So yeah, let me just stack my paper back up, that way it's not all in the frame at once. Alright, you're going to need scissors and a ruler, or if you're like me and you're fancy, you have a paper cutter. But I would recommend having scissors on handy even if you do have a paper cutter, because it makes it a little bit easier. You're going to need either a black stamp pad or some markers. You're going to need glue or a tape runner. Pikachu has the one that I'll be using, so he'll hold on to that until I'm ready to use it. And then you're going to need some hole punches. You're going to need lots and lots of punches. So as I go through the card, I will tell you guys what size the circle punches are, and I have the actual punches. But if you guys don't, you could either go on Microsoft Word and make the size circles on a document and print it out and then trace it and cut them out. But if you guys don't want to do that, you can just email me with the link in the description, and I'll be able to send some circles your way. Just tell me what color you want, and I'll be able to do that. So let's get started with our card. So first we're going to start off with our black, which is going to be the base. And we're going to be making an A2 card. So those of you who know what an A2 card is, you can go ahead and make that. But for those of you who don't, basically we're just going to cut it down the middle here by 4 1/4. So we're just going to line that up with our ruler, or for me, a paper cutter. And it's even, so I'll just set one of these pieces off to the side. And we have that, and then we're just gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna just kind of line it up here if I can. Actually, I'll do here because this one's... Okay, you know what? That's just not gonna work. Alright. So your card's gonna open like this. Go ahead and put the paper cutter right there. So now you have the base of your card. Now I'm going to make the white strip and the red strip that go here. So, let me crease this, sorry. So the white strip is going to be 5 1/2 by 1 3/4. So let me find a piece for this. Yeah, this piece will do. So, this piece is obviously too big, but we're going to cut it down to size, which is going to be, yeah, like I said, 5 1/2 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to make sure this is 5 1/2. That's actually like right there by, what did I say, 1 3/4. I have a little cheat sheet that tells me what to do. Alright, so I think that's actually even. Am I correct? No, one of them smaller. Yeah. So now you have your white strip, and you're just going to set that off to the side with your black card, and now you're going to move on to your red strip. So the red strip is going to be 5 1/2 by 2 1/4, or 2 1/4. So, 5 1/2 by 2 1/4. and 1/4. Yeah, so now we have the 2 strips that are kind of just gonna, I think that's even. And they're gonna line up like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue them down. And then later, I'll go ahead and put the white in. So, let me just, where's my, oh, Pikachu has it. That's why I couldn't find it. So, I'm just gonna take the white strip and I'm gonna glue it in the middle. That way you have kind of a little bit of a border around it. Just remember, guys, always make sure to line it up before you go to glue it down, because you don't want to be gluing it in the wrong place. All right, and then if you have any excess, like I have a little bit of excess here, that's why I said you should probably have scissors on hand, because you can just clip off that excess. Like that. And that's gonna go right in the middle of your card. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that down now, because I don't want to have a bunch of scattered pieces all over the place and then not be able to find a piece. Oh no, this one ran out. Pikachu, you gave me the one that was almost empty. All right. So let me just line up. Make sure that you have your card laid down correctly. That way it'll open the correct way before you put this down. And then just glue it down. So that's what you have for your card right now. So now I'm going to set this off to the side and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the Pokeball. So this is going to be the instructions for the basic red, white, and black Pokeball. Of course, if you're making the Premier Ball or the Dive Ball or whatever, you're going to have to follow different instructions with your colors, but it's basically the same thing in a sense. Like, you'll see. So, to make the Pokeball, we're going to need a 2.5-inch circle. So I have this right here. Hopefully this is big enough. Yes, it will be big enough. Oh, that was really close to the edge. I was really close to the edge. All right, so I have that. And then now I'm going to take that same 2.5 inch. And what you guys can do is you guys can cut an entire red circle with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a half circle with it. Because the black stripe is going to be covering it up. So it doesn't matter if it's a whole circle or a half circle. You're going to have to cut it in half anyway, really. So you see it'll line up like that. It's okay if there's a little bit more red because the black strip should cover that. So you won't be able to tell. Set that off to the side. All right. And we're going to cut out the strip, the black strip, which I think this one should work, is going to be 3.5 by 1.5. So is this 1.5? I think this is a little slant. I need to cut this just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Earlier I was making the Premier Ball card and it was slanted. It looked slanted, but it wasn't, and it was just throwing me off. So wait. Oh, I made a mistake. It's not 1.5. It's just 1/2. I cut 1.5. I was like, why is it so big? So 1/2 inch. There we go. That's looking more like the size. All right, and then by 3.5. I'll just do it this way. There we go. So now we have the black strip. And that's what's going to go over, if I can just line it up, over the Pokeball. So now we're going to cut out some more circles. We're going to cut out a black circle and then 2 white circles. So the black circle, I can maybe use this. The black circle is going to be a 1-inch circle. Let me see if I can use this graph. No, I can't. So I'll just go ahead and use this one. Flies out of there. And the next 2 circles are going to be white circles. I'll put this other whole bunch over here. So for the white circles, you're going to need one that is 1/2 inch and then one that is 3/8 of an inch. So they're both really small. So make sure you don't lose them when you're assembling your card. All right. Both of them are really small. And I'll go ahead and leave off to the side. So now you have all your little pieces to assemble your Pokeball. So what you're going to do is you need to start gluing your Pokeball together. So you're going to take the red half and you're going to glue that one down first. And like I said, it's okay if it overlaps, like if it's not even is what I'm trying to say. Because if you could tell, the red and the white aren't even. But that's okay because the black strip is going to cover that up. So let me just... All right, so like that. And then next comes the black strip. You're going to line the black strip up. I would preferably do it in the center of the Pokeball. Like, it kind of just went everywhere. Like this, it's okay if you have excess over the side. You can cut that off after you glue it down. Yeah, I think I glued that even here. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut off the extra. All right, and I'll just set these off to the side. Doesn't look entirely even on mine, but that's okay. That'll be fine. Here, actually, maybe I might be able to, if it doesn't stick to the red, might be able to move it up just a little bit. Yeah, I can move it up. This is very hard. All right, so let me just cut off a little bit of excess here now. All right, so that's what my Pokeball looks like right now. So now what we're gonna do, as you can see here, is, I don't know if you could see, but there's a black circle right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue the black circle right in the center of the black stripe that's on your Pokeball. Just glue it down right there. And then I'm gonna take the 1/2 inch circle, I think that's what, yeah, 1/2 inch, the bigger of the two, and I'm going to glue that one right in the center of the black circle that we just placed down. All right, so now for the smaller circle. You could either do this with black markers or you could do it with an ink pad. So if you're doing it with black markers, as you can, you can probably see here, there's like a little bit of a black outline on that circle. So for the black marker, what you can do is you can kind of just use the edge of the marker and kind of go around the circle. See with that look. Or what you can do, what I like doing, you can take a black ink pad, you can kind of just roll it along the ink pad. No, don't. That's worth it. That stains it. Well. Have to do the other side. Make sure you don't drop it when it's on the ink, because that might mess it up. Alright, so now that I've done that with the circle, you're going to glue that circle down onto the white circle. Alright, so now you have your finished Pokeball. So what you're going to do is, what I do is I kind of like slant my Pokeball a little bit, kind of like it is in this one. And that's what I'm going to do on this one. So you line up your Pokeball, and then you glue it down. I want to say tape it down, but that's just because I have a tape runner, and you guys may not have that. Go ahead and put that right there. So now you have a Pokeball on your card. So next I'm going to be doing the stars, and you could either use yellow paper or you could use gold paper for it. I'm using gold glittery paper for it. So I'll go ahead and cut out a small star, two small stars, and then a big star to make it seem like you've caught it, caught the Pokemon. I was gonna say Pokeball. And you guys can also use stickers for this if you guys want to. I know that not everybody has a hole punch. That's just me because I'm fancy. So I have my 2 small stars, and then I have my big star punch. That's a little hard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just line them up on top of the Pokeball. And once I think that they're in place, I might just be able to... Do I have a scrap piece? I have this scrap piece that I can use. I'll just use a scrap piece, that way I don't get any on the tablecloth. And then I will just glue the stars down to make it seem like I've caught a Pokemon. Make it seem like I've caught Pikachu, even though he doesn't like staying in a Pokeball. I don't know if any of you guys remember, but the first episode when Ash was like, Pikachu, get in the ball, and Pikachu just kept hitting it back to him. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now I've glued my stars on, so I've caught a Pokemon. So right here in this white space, I'm going to stamp on a little happy birthday stamp with some black ink. Almost dropped it. So as you can see right here, we did this one, and that's the same stamp that I'm going to use. Make sure I get it all covered. I'll line it up, make sure I get all of it on there. Oh, well. There was ink on the top part. Oh, that still works. It still says happy birthday. It gives a little extra flair to it. So I'll go ahead and put that over here, and I'll just like kind of stamp off the excess ink. That way it stays clean. I'll just clean this later then. Alright. Pikachu, where's my cardstock? That goes on the inside. I think he took it, guys. Because it's not over here. I think he took my cardstock, guys. Okay. Well, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut some cardstock that goes on the inside because this is a black card, and we don't if we want to write on it, it won't show up. So if you guys do with a different color, then obviously you guys won't have to. But now I have my white cardstock. Pikachu hid my other one. So what we're gonna do is we're going to cut the white part that goes on the inside, and it doesn't have to be white. It could be a pastel color if you guys want it to be. So it's going to be 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. So let me make sure it cuts this correct. I didn't think I cut it correct last time, so. Five 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right. Put that over here. So when I put it inside the card, there should be a little bit of the black border around it. I think it's, yeah, like that. So I'll go ahead and tape that down. Is this the empty one? No, it's the full one. I want to make sure Pikachu wasn't tricking me again. Alright, now I'll just go ahead and glue this down. Alright, and then on the inside you could write your message, you could write happy birthday. If you guys are artists out there, you could draw Pokemon, or if you have Pokemon stickers, you could put a couple of those on the inside and, you know, put one of the little catchphrases. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this card. So this is the one that we made in this video. This is the example card that was made. This is the primer ball card. Like I said, you guys don't have to just follow along with the traditional Pokeball. You can do any color that you want. It just might take a little bit more time because you have to figure out where each color goes. And then we have this one, which we used a different stamp for. So here, let me see if I can get them all in frame. Like that. Alright, and that's going to conclude the video. If you guys would like to send me your cards that you guys made, the link in the description is the email that will help you get in contact with my troop leader, and we will be able to pick up your cards and then give them to the foster care children. And I really look forward to seeing you guys make some cards and send them to me. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.